So the coolest thing about Tirana is that it's growing. Most of the European cities that we see and hear mostly about, like Paris and London, aren't really growing anymore, and if they are, it's more towards the outskirts. But Tirana, as you can see behind me, is in the middle of a boom at the moment. And with its designation as the European Youth Capital for 2022, you can only expect it to grow more.
Seriously though, look at all of this construction. There is a massive growth in infrastructure right now.
So the place that we're headed to now is going to exemplify just how much Tirana is growing.
The last time that we were there, we could look over the road and see things like shops and chickens and other wildlife.
Yeah, it's called Tirana's New Boulevard, and as you'll see, they're planning on building large condos and office buildings alongside the road, so let's check it out. So as you can see behind me here is the city of Tirana, and then when I turn around, nothing, or the future city of Tirana. So you can see here, it's a bit faded, but you can see here the plans for the future of this area. They're looking to develop it much like the rest of Tirana has been, and you can even see in the background there one of the new style buildings that they're putting up. So you can see it a little bit better from this angle, right? But it's kind of wild to me that the city just ends.
Yeah, you just hit one intersection and all the buildings just stop.
They just go away. What you have there is sparse buildings, but
you gotta take a look at the mountains.
the view is incredible.
Without anything blocking it, it is beautiful.
Better examples of their future planning.
So less than 5 minutes ago, we were in the middle of a really busy city, the most popular city in Albania. And now, as you can actually see the mountain, the buildings a little bit right back there. And now take a look. A big open field. There's some cows. And you can see that there is some plans for more construction.
So what you can see here is that is the beginning. If we got a little closer, you could see the actual plans up on a poster. That's the beginning of one of those large buildings that they're planning on making through this whole area. And just next to the beginning of that construction site, we have cows.
I think that might even be a bull.
It could definitely be a bull. That's why we're staying back here.
There's bunkers. Remember our last video when we told you guys about the bunkers? We're gonna show you some.
There's bunkers.
There's bunkers.
So this is someone's backyard, so we can't actually get in there, but we promised to find some ones we can go up to. These are the bunkers that we were talking about. You see those like turtle looking things? They were individual bunkers that the government had built in just about everyone's property, I think. I have to look into it a little bit more, but as we promised last time, we'll do a whole video on the bunkers soon.
So as you can see, they have definitely, implemented the lights, electricity, the crosswalk is ready to go. Now, besides this vehicle right here, that clearly cannot go straight due to this fence, I don't think we're in fear of cars crossing quite yet. But to the theme of this video, there's a whole lot of construction happening. Look at that. Oh, they're saying hello.
So I guess the point we're kind of driving at here is that there's kind of a double-edged sword to this much growth and progress, right? So in one way, you're like, okay, Tirana's gonna be this awesome youth capital city. And in the other way, you're looking at all of the people's homes and from back there that we saw that are gonna be knocked down for this kind of new futuristic design idea. And I'm not totally sure what to think about that. So we'd like to know what you think about that.
So I'll go first. The way that I view it is, it's wonderful to see a city prosper. It's beautiful to see a place grow. But at the end of the day, there are people from here who live here who no longer are going to be able to afford to be here. And like Chris said, it is a double-edged sword. It's beautiful to see prosperity, but at the same time, there are going to be people hurting from it. That's my takeaway.
And it is interesting, it's almost like the turn of the century industrialization. The younger generation will undoubtedly do better financially and probably integrate into the European markets a bit better, or at least that's the plan set forth by the mayor of Tirana. But some of the less fortunate and older generations are going to get left behind in that. So it's this never-ending trope of how do you move forward in society and not leave people behind in the dust.